2.
Hey, what's up, guys? Arthur Solomon with Tim Sisler here, and we're bringing you live. We've got a very special guest today, Micah Berner. He's an entrepreneur, business owner, runs Cecil and Lime. Very glad that you were able to come out and have a podcast.
Glad to be here.
Us.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me.
So, yeah, we thought we could have you on to talk about your restaurant, what you're doing in the community, how you came to own my favorite restaurant here in Clark County.
All right.
Delicious food and great atmosphere. So let's just dive right in. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and, coming up, your upbringing and...
Yeah, I'm a local yokel, born and raised here in Springfield. Graduated Wittenberg year 2000. That was 20 years ago. That was almost 21 years ago. I studied music. We kind of integrate music in the culture at Cecil and Lime, and have been doing that for pretty much from day one.
Okay.
And so it's all evolved with the food and the atmosphere and the music, the entertainment. And
yeah, so like on Friday nights, we go out there on Friday nights, and we always see you jamming out on the piano, and if it's not you, it's someone playing the guitar, or if it is you, maybe someone can just join on the piano. I think it's a really awesome experience to go out there on Friday nights. It's really intimate atmosphere. It's nice to see all the smiling faces when you walk in the door. So, also, I mean, the food you guys have. What can you tell us about the food? I love your guys' steaks. Really, honestly, I haven't had a bad thing there. So what could you tell us about the food?
Well, it's been an evolution. When we first opened in 2004, it was just a brunch cafe.
Yep, I remember peanut butter and jelly.
PBJs and
chicken
tortilla soup, salad, coffee. About a couple years later, we acquired a full bar license and just started transitioning the menu to more of a full service dining atmosphere. And the room, the whole setup. Just started learning food, all of us at the same time. I didn't train in food. I didn't work in restaurants, so I started learning. Each person that worked there over the years, I would learn something more from them, and then it was just an organic evolution, I suppose, is the way to describe it. I've had many people come and go over the years, a lot of skill and experience, and like I said, I try to absorb what I can. And my brother-in-law, Jaime, he started working there, just helping out, washing dishes, scrubbing walls, cleaning floors, and now he's the head cook. He's the head chef and the cuts all the meat, grills everything. He and another kid we call Topher. He started as a busser, and he's been there about 6 years, and now he's Jaime's right hand man. So those two guys are making it all work back there.
American dream.
Yeah.
How many employees do you have now?
I think we got about 12, give or take 1 or 2.
Have you had to make any layoffs with COVID?
We have had early on, back in March, we had especially the servers, the dining rooms closed. We had to really back way off, and we'd try to rotate everybody in at least once a week to help with cleaning or deliveries or curbside. As soon as we opened back up, we just got everybody back in and said, we'll see what happens. Everybody come in here and let's hopefully serve some food.
Yeah, and your uncle, Steve.
Steve.
I've always called him Mr. Berner. I grew up with him down the street.
Oh, really?
And he honestly, he was one of the biggest influences on my personality, because, man, he's full of it.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, he's full of all kinds of things.
Uncle Steve. Yeah, he brings a whole nother
the
dynamic.
Comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The comedian of the restaurant. And he'll help you put your coat on, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
look
yeah.
at there.
Yeah.
So
I
He
gave him
hasn't
a
helped
hard
me
time.
put mine on yet.
No?
Uh-uh.
Steve, get on it, brother,
I'm
man.
have to talk to him about that.
I gave him a hard time about it a couple weeks ago. So maybe we can talk a little bit more about like the history of the restaurant. You know, obviously acquired in 2004, which at that time it was called Strange Brews, right?
Strange Brew, I think closed around 2002, 01, 02, and the building was empty for a little while, and mom and dad bought the property, and it sat there for a little while, and then my cousin and I went in, started gutting it, cleaning it up, and on a wild hair, I suppose, said, "Hey, what do you think about opening a restaurant?" And I said, "Yeah, it's fine, let's do it." So we opened a little cafe, and that was it. That was June 2004. Sandwiches, soup, salad, and then that was about the time the restaurant culture in Springfield took a nosedive.
Okay.
Of course, then the economy, everything was going south. So the Cedar Street Beef and Liquor was closing. The Durr Road Inn was closing, and Casey's was starting to wind down. So a lot of the local restaurant scene was drying up and disappearing, and so kind of at that point I had just started eating steaks and dining out,
Right.
and so I kind of felt like I would like to provide that product to our community, a nice thing for Springfield. Can we have a nice dining experience in Springfield?
Well, yeah, and getting on that, I mean, it's so close to downtown. It's under a mile away. It's a 3-minute drive, from where we're at right now to Cecil and Lime Cafe. Or it's not cafe anymore.
Per Google.
Yeah, according to Google.
3-minute car ride, 7-minute bike ride, 19-minute walk, 9/10 of a mile.
Yeah.
From this building that we're at right now.
Yeah,
downtown.
not bad.
Well, and
I can
I
handle that.
imagine, with the seating you have, I'm assuming that soon that's going to be completely packed all the time because of all of the upgrades that are coming downtown. I mean, downtown is blowing up, not literal, but yeah, downtown is getting huge, and that's going to pour over onto your business, and you're going to be packed all the time. How are you going to manage, a packed house every night?
We'll figure it out. I'll be happy to
You going to
take
be able
the
to get Arthur
challenge.
back there behind the counter?
Oh yeah. We got an apron with your name on
Okay, cool.
That's all right. I'll do dishes.
Hey,
I'll do
upward
whatever I
mobility.
need.
Maybe one
Count
day
on me.
we'll be head chefs.
It could happen. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So you also, the restaurant was there, the old vegan place, Strange Brews. After you guys bought it, obviously you've took down the house, the double that was there in the garage, and really improved that corridor and that intersection there.
Yeah, it's a really old building. It goes back to at least the early 1900s. All kinds of history in that building. It was I think it was one of the original, if not the original, Fulmer's grocery store. It's been pharmacies. It was when my family and I lived on East Castley Street, right across the alley. It was Helmut's Springfield Provision. So it was a little grocery with a meat market.
Huh. Wow, how
And
cool!
that was right before before Strange Brew,
Right.
and it was Helmut's for I don't know 20 or 30 years, and it was Young's before that. The Young's family, and I don't think they might be cousins to the ice cream Young's, the Jersey Young's.
Gotcha.
But the Young's they had the grocery meat market, and before that, like I said, goes way back. So it's a throwback to the old days of a community grocery community markets right there in a little neighborhood. That idea, and I love that idea about a restaurant being that too.
Yeah.
So it was tucked between a big house and garage on Limestone, and then right there in the neighborhood. So it was kind of cozy and out of view.
Right.
And then about 6-7 years ago, we took down the house and garage that was between the restaurant and Limestone. So now we have a nice open view, It's a lot prettier than it was with that
Parking
the
lots
house that was there.
repaved.
We do it more parking, just a little better layout and visibility if you're looking that direction.
Right. Well, so I guess since we're talking about Young's, what can you tell me about the farms where you get your food from, the produce and the meat?
We started. Dave Long came in about 4 or 5 years ago, and he had a cooler full of steaks, and he said, I want you to take this steak back there and grill it, and then I'll buy one of your ribeyes, and I want you to grill that too. Grill them both the same, bring them out, and I want you to taste them side by side.
Interesting.
And I'm gladly. He was bringing me a steak and buying a steak. All right, and I could eat them. So, and I took a bite. Distinct difference. So Dave is out of South Charleston. He has Longdale Farm.
Okay.
And it's all natural beef. He has a proprietary feed program that he has patented, and Temple Grandine is a very popular in beef. She's an autistic lady that learned how to basically she has some extreme empathy for animals, in particular cattle, and she actually one of their claims to fame is she personally came and gave Dave and Longdale Farm her sign of approval that they're the way they treat the animals, how they feed them, raise them,
okay.
And then even all the way through to the processing of the meat, and which is a pretty big deal, and says a lot about how they approach the animal itself, and then the quality of the meat.
Oh, I can speak to that. I mean, those steaks, the New York strip is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Plus, like you said, I mean, Jaime, the guy who started as a dishwasher, never fails. He cooks those things perfectly, medium rare. He cooks, even when I was getting the pork chop, he cooked that perfect. He's never let me down.
The big bone-in.
Oh, yeah.
Bone-in ribeye.
Yeah, with the raspberry and the Gouda.
Yeah.
That was delicious.
So he doesn't use any Longdale. He doesn't use any hormones. Do you think that's the difference in the taste?
I couldn't say. I don't know exactly how that all breaks down, but I just know that they're not all coked up with hormones and chemicals, and it's not a big feed lot where they're all just on top of each other in
right.
mud piles or jammed into small pens. It's local. They're local farms,
sure.
Not huge operations. So and whatever Dave's feeding them, maybe it's Coca-Cola and potato chips, but it's working.
It works. Make some good steak. Yeah, if you guys want to come check it out, definitely come out and try one of these steaks, and you'll be able to taste the difference. These steaks are unbelievable. So.
The pork chops, the lamb chops, everything.
The lamb, that's my favorite.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Ahi tuna, man.
Because I asked you before we got on the camera, I asked you, what would you recommend for if someone's first time going?
Yeah.
You said the lamb. You said
lasagna.
Well, I was gonna get to the lasagna. That was my favorite. I got there after the rebranding. Basically, I had that lasagna.
Yeah.
That is that's a boat full of lasagna.
It is,
and it is delicious.
It's a commitment.
Oh yeah. But since we're going through the whole menu, tell me a little bit about that creme brulee.
The creme brulee, that's our homemade from scratch. Jaime puts that together. Dessert, it's a nice option if you're not up for 7 layers.
Yeah, if you filled up on the steak and the wedge salad, and
if you've gone through your courses and you want a little sweetness at the end, but you don't want to clobber yourself with
right
the chocolate molten lava cake or the 7-layer white cake torte. The creme brulee is very popular. Jaime's got that dialed in, consistent. It's a nice option.
and I didn't even know what it was, but it's pudding with some
Well,
sugar.
like custard, yeah.
Yeah, we'd rather say custard than pudding. That's
this is something.
Sorry, that's why I'm not in the business.
I know Arthur's.
I just know it tastes delicious.
The Berner belly warmer.
Oh yeah,
Berner belly warmer.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
So I can't forget that.
What the heck is the Berner belly warmer? I've missed out on this every time I've gone.
Apparently, Dad has his proprietary drink. It's has something to do with coffee and whiskey.
Okay.
Maybe some Baileys.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. It's not my kind. It's not my style. But
well, I gotta check that out next time.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the Irish coffees, that's got Jameson in it.
Yeah, the Irish coffee is real popular. Ken, our server, he brought that in. We've done Irish coffees over the years, but he brought in his take on it, and we move a lot of those. He's got it dialed into a nice layered presentation, and people love the flavor. It's a nice option to like the belly warmer or the Irish coffee. It's a nice addition or option beside dessert.
Sure.
A little something sweet to sip on.
Well, especially because both of those are warm.
Yeah.
So you do have outdoor seating, which is amazing. But on those cooler nights, getting one of those Irish coffees, which is what we did. I haven't had the Berner belly warmer, but the Irish coffee was perfect.
Yeah.
Because it was just enough to heat you up while you're sitting outside, and it's kind of chilly, but it's not negative 20 degrees.
Yeah.
But it gave you the benefit of the outdoor atmosphere, but it also warmed you up, and it tastes amazing. So,
yeah, it's too sweet for me, but that's all right. If something tastes that good, I'll drink too much of them.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Speaking of the outdoors, it ties in really nice into how the restaurant is so unique, because one of the things that you have is outdoor seating, covered outdoor seating, and you've got live music. It's an intimate atmosphere. It's family owned. You're within a mile of downtown, quarter mile away from Wittenberg, just positioned so well. What do you think moving forward with COVID and the opportunity, and obviously us going through a first phase of COVID already? Do you feel well positioned moving into 2021?
It's hard to be. It's difficult to be optimistic when the news and the culture is so overrun by fear and panic and just basically a one-sided view or one-sided presentation of reality of what's going on. I would hope that we're gonna be there as long as we can. We're not trying to go anywhere. We want to be there for we've built tons of great relationships and friends, met great people in town. We have a lot of really close friends that come in sometimes almost every day of the week, and a lot of friends that come in every week. Some, you mentioned the music. We got several people they'll just hop on the piano, or they'll bring the guitars in, and it might be one guy playing, it might be 3 or 4 different people playing and singing. Doc Kane, he's our I call him the Godfather. He comes in, he'll sit down at the piano and pound out some old standards, some old jazz. Jerry Newport brings his guitar in.
Now, so who's the guy? So we were there just a couple weeks ago, and someone sat down next to you while you were playing piano, and you guys played this amazing duet. Who was it?
Oh, Jeff Dunmeyer.
Okay, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, he's a great keyboard guy. He and Jerry will occasionally play together, and Jeff will bring in his keyboard. We call it the spaceship. He's got I think it's a Yamaha or something about this big. They have 500 buttons and lights and things. He can make it. He's got a pedal board with buttons, and he can make it sound like a whole symphony and a band or two. And then he's got a microphone to plug into that, and it sounds like 3 or 4 people singing. So we call it Jeff and his spaceship. But yeah, he'll sit down at the piano and we'll duet out some things occasionally.
Man,
you never know. It could be Bach or Mozart, or might be somebody you hear on the radio.
Right.
Beatles.
Well, yeah,
you play a lot of Beatles.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
We were there, and I just had this weird feeling. I was like, I know this song. You know, you guys were just jamming out to the Beatles.
Okay.
You know, you guys were just playing, and it sounded beautiful. You know, because it was on piano.
What tune was it?
Oh,
Do you
man,
remember?
because you were playing Beatles all night.
Okay.
Let's see, because me and Cassie were like,
It was not the Yellow Submarine.
no,
No.
you didn't play that. No. Oh man, what were you playing that her and I kind of like glanced at each other like, this is the Beatles.
She would know.
She would know.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember.
It's all usually a blur for me because I when I sit down and start playing, I don't have a set list, and it's all impromptu.
Gotcha.
And especially if it's by myself, but if the other guys sit down and start playing, you never know what's going to pop off. So
That's what makes.
I can't
makes
really
it
go
so
back
unique.
and say what it was for sure.
It's almost a close-knit family sitting, you know?
Yeah.
So you could have someone just randomly hop on the piano with you.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't get that anywhere else. You know, you can't go to Steak and Shake and you know have that happen.
Bring your spaceship.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
That's one of those things that you get there. You really get a show. You get great food. And honestly, just the atmosphere is fantastic. So
It's the people that that make it Cecil Online what it is. Our friends that we see from day to day, week to week. Some folks we'll see every month. Some folks we'll only see them a couple times a year because they're passing through town. They live in another state or something, but they make a point of coming by and seeing us. And that is what Cecil and Lime is for and is about. Ellie behind the bar doing what she does best, just building that little culture of our the bar regulars. We got 12 seats there, and she consistently fills those up with regulars. She made little custom-made reservation signs for individuals, people that we know are coming for any given day. She says, "All right, reserve for."
Okay.
She hand drew some reservation, just personal touches like that is nice. But what means the most to us is that people think to come in that often. You guys, how often you come in, it's very encouraging because it when business is tough, it's easy to feel forgotten. It's easy to feel like it's not going to make it. But then a familiar face walks in, somebody that comes in that was just in a couple days ago.
Right.
And it's wow. Okay, if they're still on our team, then we're going to keep at it.
A familiar face that I see there all the time, Lisa and Jim Maxwell.
Oh yeah,
every week. And a couple weeks ago, he made that cabbage, the delicious cabbage.
That
just
stuff
brought
was
it in,
amazing.
just shared with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more of a family atmosphere can you get?
Jim's he's our resident vegetable chef. Every Friday, he brings in some special veggie combination. I've been telling him that we'll just change the whole Cecil and Lime concept to bring your own food. That'll save us some work. So it's a bring your own. We'll provide the chairs and the tables.
Right.
Bring your own food. That'll save us some inventory.
Well, I brought that borscht in. What'd you think of the borscht?
That was good.
Yeah.
I like the concept of don't season it, serve it, and then let me put what I want in it.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Because when I took a bite of it, I said, well, I need some salt. And then I think Jim told me, he spoke with you, and you told him, yeah, I didn't put any season in it. You put what you want in it.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
like
put
that.
vinegar in it.
That makes sense.
And vinegar and sour cream, and it's delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
A little sriracha doesn't hurt either.
Oh yeah, you go crazy with the sriracha.
Tastes good. Well, as far as other businesses, you were running MMAX as well, so I think you're a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Judo, sorry.
Japanese Judo.
Judo.
That's my rank. Yeah, you don't see that around much these days. Judo is an old sport that was derived from Jiu-Jitsu, so it's judo, wrestling, and Jiu-Jitsu are all cousins.
Oh, okay.
And they're kind of the same, a lot of the same concepts, grappling and use of leverage and balance.
Do you still practice it or teach it or?
Occasionally. I haven't.
Customers.
I have. Yeah. I haven't. I haven't been. I haven't taken a beating lately. My nephews and my sister, they do a lot over the last 5-6 years. Done a lot of tournaments, and I any given year I might catch some, and but it's probably been at least a year since we've gotten into a tournament. Of course, this last year nothing. But I might still have a little bit of fight left in me for if the tournaments start coming back around.
Okay.
There's not a lot in judo specifically is not a whole lot going that way. A lot of people are real interested in the jiu-jitsu and grappling.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun. I still like that too. I tell people I can take a beating in any kind of sport. I've been beat up in all kinds of ways.
I think that it'd be cool to get a boxing ring or a boxing gym somewhere around here in Springfield.
We'll keep talking about it.
Yeah,
it's we like you mentioned, Max. It was an idea, just never quite got off the ground. It requires intense trainers, skills with some basic skills, the personality to teach people, novices, and work with people that actually want to get in and swing.
Right.
And those sports are inherently intense. So we can be as intense as we want to be, but then some folks might want to learn it but not take a beating. And that's a delicate. Yeah, that's half. For some of us boneheads, that's half the reason we get into it. Leave bruised up and bloody. All right, yeah. Well, I got me a workout.
Well, it seems like that place is doing well now. It's a CrossFit gym over there on Upper Valley Pike.
Yeah, I've heard good things. Yeah, I haven't been in there. I don't do CrossFit. I haven't. I guess maybe what I do personally in my workouts might be kind of like CrossFit, but
yeah.
But yeah, my sister-in-law Amy runs her workouts. She does I don't think they call it aerobics anymore, but it's a fitness workout, mostly ladies, and she still runs that. I think 2-3 times a week. Has a real good turnout. So that's I think all kinds of jumping around and
all that's out at MMAX.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's still doing it out there.
Okay.
The whole front area is that CrossFit, and I don't know the I don't know the name, but
Springfield.
Yeah, I don't know
something.
You got
Springfield.
Me.
Amy's class is called Swag.
Okay.
What is it? Sweating with Amy Glass. So she still has that going. And that's in the back half of the building.
Gotcha.
And
they got it going on
because that
over
building's
there.
a lot bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
You know, I went in there and because I had that open house and I had the front open up, and then I was like, wait, there's a whole another equal amount in the back. I didn't even have that opened up.
Is that when you got you set the alarm off?
Yeah, that was the worst. That
Nice.
alarm went off for 45 minutes probably.
That's it's pretty obnoxious too, isn't it?
Yeah, especially because it's open and just echoes. So, yeah, I hated that.
So you're a restaurant owner. You've got obviously credentials, black belt, can take a whooping. You're also a renowned musician. You've got 2 CDs, maybe more, that you've.
Yeah, I've done some recording. Well, like I mentioned, I studied piano in college, so I have a degree in piano performance from Wittenberg, and I started playing when I was about 12, playing piano. I got the guitar back out when I was about 13 or 14. The music started making sense. I learned guitar. I learned a few chords on guitar when I was a little kid, but it was too difficult, and I was too hyper or something to focus on it. And but I started playing piano. When I started playing piano, music, the theory and everything just made sense pretty quickly for me. And at that time, I got the guitar back out. So I knew I was going to stick with music somehow, and I knew I wanted to be able to play guitar at least a little bit as I learned piano. So I play guitar and piano. That's basically it. I can I studied some classical guitar, but mainly focused on piano.
Can you give us an a cappella example of a song? Never seen the wind. That's a good song. Well, you've got. I've passed out all your CDs, so I need to grab some more.
We got plenty of them. Yeah, I haven't sold those out yet. Got boxes of them.
All right, sounds good. Well,
got all you want. You can hang them in your Christmas trees.
Digital now.
How about this? Anyone that shares this video, they can get one of each CDs, and I'll throw in a $25 gift card to Cecil Lime.
That's very nice.
Yeah. If you share this video, you get 2 CDs and $25 gift cards. So you guys share it. Share this video with your friends and stop on in Cecil Lime. Check it out.
Yeah.
So.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to get you all you want. We got, well, like you mentioned, the CDs are even almost a thing of the past.
Yeah, there's people who are listening to music now who have no idea what a CD ever was. So if you hand it to them, they're gonna be, why is there a Frisbee in a box? You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's things are evolving. You know. So just like your business did.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell people the CDs, they make good coasters.
Right.
You can
decorations.
Hang them in the tree to scare off the birds. There's all kinds of things you can do with them.
Well, you won't get maximum value from that.
Right.
Sharpen the edges, throw them at people.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on and sharing with our viewers, about your experience here and what you're doing in Springfield. And Tim, you got anything else?
Me.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we come out this Friday, what can we expect on the menu? Anything new or?
I'm not sure what Jaime's got up his sleeve on features. I think he's making some changes, working on some changes. We backed off a little bit on some of the feature, just because of it brings more inventory in.
Right.
So we have to just
that's
trying
one
to
thing
keep
I
that.
love about your menu is that it's not overwhelming. It's direct. And yeah, you can customize it or whatever. I get my wedge salad with no onions. It's no problem. But it's not like I have to go through and say, all right, I want a wedge of iceberg lettuce. I want 3 grape tomatoes, 2 cherry tomatoes. I want half ranch, half Caesar dressing.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like that. It's direct. It's easy. It's simple. And
you don't eat the anchovies, so I just take the anchovies.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, I love me some anchovies.
I do not.
Especially on a Caesar. Really?
Oh, man, I hate anchovies.
So good.
On Caesar and some pizzas, I like anchovies.
Ugh.
Yeah.
My sister loves anchovies on pizzas, and I think she's disgusting for it.
Terrible at being a person.
Exactly.
Man.
Well, right on. Well, we'll wrap this episode up, episode 7. Guys, again, share it to be entered to win $25 gift card and get the 2 CDs from the man, the legend right here, Micah. We're grateful to have you on, brother man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, Arthur.
All right, guys. Till next time.